good morning and welcome back to Cityline. On the couch this morning is Pierce Transit, and they're here to talk about some service changes that are going to happen that you definitely need to know about. So please join me in welcoming Andrew Arns. You are the Service Planning Assistant Manager for Pierce Transit. Welcome to TV Tacoma.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Great to have you here. And Penny Gurlier, oh my gosh. My dear friend, it's so good to see you again. You are the Communications Administrator for Pierce Transit. I want to say welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Andrew, we're going to chat with you first, and then Penny's going to fill in. So first off, if someone's just moved here, if they're not quite sure who owns the buses or who controls the buses, can you tell us what is Pierce Transit?
Absolutely. So Pierce Transit is your local public transportation provider, and we have been proudly serving the community since 1980. Yeah. And I think what we do is best summarized in our mission statement, which is to really improve people's quality of life through providing public transportation services that are safe, reliable, convenient, and innovative, which are locally based and regionally connected. Currently, we provide 4 different modes of transportation. So we have our fixed route service or our bus service. We also have our shuttle service, which is the paratransit on-demand service. We also have our rideshare service, which was formerly known as vanpool. It's actually a sizable program. It's the 12th largest in the nation.
Wow.
And then finally, we have our runner service, which is a microtransit on-demand service that we recently launched.
Wow. Okay, boy, whew, that was amazing. So this service change, which means schedules, so we could even call it a schedule change. When is the next schedule service change happening?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It is a schedule change. So that's coming up pretty quickly. It's going to be on Sunday, March 30th is when we'll implement the next service change.
And so how often do they occur? Are they calendared out for several years in advance?
Yeah, it's very consistent. So we do service changes when we make those adjustments to our routes and different things. And we do those twice a year. Typically that's right towards the end of March and then right at the beginning of September.
Yeah. And it's a good time in terms of daylight savings time and all of that. So what's the behind the scene lens? Because I can't even comprehend the moving pieces that you have to make sure are in place to do a schedule service change.
Sure, that's a really great question. So everything that we do in service planning is really targeted at our mission, right? And that's simply to provide a convenient service that is reliable, that's on time, that's efficient, and is also using those resources that we have to the best degree possible that we can. We do know, that our customers, that they want to get to where they're going as quickly as possible from point A to point B with likely the fewest transfers as possible.
Yes.
We know that they want that system and that bus to show up on time for that service to be reliable.
In any weather.
In any weather, yes,
Yes.
correct. And we do know that they want to get there safely, right? So everything we do behind the scenes is targeted at that.
I love that. So what adjustments will the March service change bring?
So relatively minor this time.
Okay.
We're going to be making a few tweaks to some of our run times, which is just simply the amount of time allotted for a bus to get from point A to point B, so that it has the highest probability of arriving on time. So we're going to be making some adjustments to several routes that way. And then back in 2023, our Pierce Transit Board of Commissioners, they adopted a system recovery plan, which is a plan that maps our recovery from pre-COVID to get back to pre-COVID levels and beyond. And so we're currently in phase 2 of that plan. We've implemented a portion of that. And what that is to increase frequency on a couple of our core routes, which is this round is going to be the Route 1 and also Route 3. So we're going to be increasing that so we have a longer duration throughout the day that has a quick 15-minute frequency.
Nice. So Penny, can we expect more changes during the service change that's coming up in September?
Yeah, actually, Andrew can talk a little bit about that's happening now.
Yeah, so in September, we're actually right in the window of planning for September. And so what we're doing is, as you can imagine, we try to balance a lot of competing interests. And so in September, we're currently determining what we can do with that. We're getting really close to a few of our capacity limits or those limitations, and those being the number of employees that we have to operate the service, some of our
Yes.
mechanics, and then also, budget is a big piece of this, and so we're getting really close to that. And so we're currently analyzing where we can make some adjustments, but hopefully it's going to be just making additional progress on that phase 2 of that plan, which will be additional frequency on core routes, and then we'll start looking at expanding some of the span on other of our local routes as well.
And
Okay.
what some people may not know is that we, of course, collect fares when people get on the bus, but those represent a small portion of the revenue that we have to use in our budget. Most of our revenue comes to us through sales tax, and we currently get 0.6% of the sales tax gathered in our service area to help fund our services. We can go up to 0.9%, but that takes a vote of the community to do that. And so, as Andrew mentioned, we have limitations based on how many drivers we have, how many mechanics we have to support the service, and then also that revenue coming in. We have to use it wisely and spread it across all the different kinds of service that we provide, and we have a finite amount of revenue
Absolutely.
there.
So, Penny, how will Pierce Transit share this information with the public about this service schedule change?
So we understand that not everyone is super high tech.
That's
So
right.
we still do the old fashioned stuff, but we do have information at our transit centers. You can also stop by our customer service center or call them. They're down at Tacoma Dome Station. We have a website that has a lot of great information. And on that website, piercetransit.org, you can also sign up to receive text alerts for your favorite
Nice.
routes or emails for bulletins and updates. And then you can also use the transit app for detailed information about when your next bus is coming, how the schedule has changed, and so forth.
Outstanding. So Pierce Transit, I've noticed they provide several fare-free days, very generous. So what are those dates, and then why are they designated as free?
So we just passed one of them to celebrate Rosa Parks' birthday. That was Transit Equity Day on February 4th. Coming up, we have Earth Day. Transit is, of course, a great way to reduce your carbon footprint, and so Earth Day is a great celebration for us. We invite people to take transit fare-free that day. And then to celebrate the start of Ride Transit Month, which is June, we'll be offering a fare-free day on June the 1st. And we do these fare-free days throughout the year to encourage people who maybe haven't tried transit to do so, and just get a taste of where they can go and what they could do using our services.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, both of you, for being here. And also thank you to your team that we could not get on this couch because it does take a village to make all of this move. And I look forward to seeing the schedule change in time for daylight savings time. And it just feels like spring is on the way. There's a good renewal that's happening. And I would love to have you back on the comfy couch sooner than later, because whatever Pierce Transit is doing, the people need to know about. So we actually can use it to our best benefit. So thanks for being here.
Absolutely. We look
Yeah.
forward to it.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
When we come back, Northwest Sinfonietta is going to be in the house. You don't want to miss that. I'll see you in just a bit.